program began a little over 2 years ago in November 2019 when we were nervous but excited 7th graders getting ready to audition for the first JMS musical, Annie Jr. That first day of auditions began a 2-year journey where we grew as actors and leaders by performing in 2 musicals, participating in an after-school virtual theater program, and showcasing our love for the performing arts with our Broadway Follies last March. Those life-changing opportunities have brought us here tonight, and they were only possible because of 3 amazing and loving high school juniors who had a dream of starting this theater program and had the courage to follow that dream. Before we get started tonight, we want to express our gratitude and appreciation for the founders of this program, Megan Dever, Tara Metters, and Melissa Murphy. I remember on one of the last days of school in 6th grade, the 3 previous directors came into chorus and told us that they were going to be putting on Annie Jr. If you ask any of my friends or family, they will tell you that I brought it up at every chance I could that summer. Megan, Tara, and Melissa always knew what they were doing, and their confidence in me and the rest of the cast made me more confident in myself and allowed me to grow into the person I am today. Their constant support truly helped us prepare us to help this musical, and I will always be grateful to them.
Now we'd like to share a little bit about the production process. When we first took on this responsibility of taking over as directors for this year's show, we knew that it was going to be a lot of work. But we didn't know it was going to be this much work. But in all honesty, we were so proud and honored to continue this program. We accepted this challenge and had a whole new understanding for what it takes to put on a show. With the pandemic more prevalent than ever, the resiliency of our cast to get caught up when they were absent and never lose their confidence or joy was truly inspiring. Throughout it all, they persevered through any and all challenges that came their way. Every day we would come here and see the kids forming new friendships and growing into such wonderful young men and women and everything in between. I and all of us are honored to work with these unbelievably talented children, and we are so proud of them and of the show that you are about to see.
All that being said, none of this would be possible without the unwavering support and generosity we have received from the Woodbrook community and beyond. We would like to thank Mr. Quayle and Mr. Mills for believing in this program and trusting us with such a great responsibility. We would not be on the stage today without their support. Thank you to the families of our amazing cast for allowing us to work with your incredible kids and offering their support, and to our own families for always supporting our dreams and helping us along the way. To Jameson Simons, our friend and stage manager, working with you throughout the whole process has been so much fun. Without you being at every single rehearsal, this whole process would have been so much more difficult. To our dedicated sound coordinators, Patrick Newman, Lydia Mullen, and Paris Valverde, Terry and the audio for supplying our guests with their mics and our sound equipment. Thank you, Brian and Linda Grace from Belmont Printing, for helping us create the beautiful posters and programs that you see today. To our custodial staff for getting our auditorium ready for today's show and the countless favors we have asked for them over the last few months. Our new Joyce Middle School stage crew for all that you have done to prepare for the show and will do during the show. To my talented mother, Carol Moylan, for giving me vocal advice, helping during singing rehearsals, and providing us with many of the props and sets you will see here today. To our friends who offered advice and support when we needed it, such as Annie Gross, who attended many rehearsals and put in so much work to make hair and makeup possible, Megan Rice, Sarah Kuna, and Sydney Morris, who came back to work with the stage crew, and Valerie Verdier, who came and gave great advice. To Mr. Harden, our amazing and helpful advisor who has guided us through these crazy few months, and finally to all of you, thank you for continuously supporting this program and the arts in Woodburn. We are constantly overwhelmed with the response from the community that the JMS Theater has received.
Alrighty, we have a few housekeeping items before we get started. If you have not done so already, we ask that you please silence your cell phones. For the respect and safety of our actors, we request that you do not take pictures during the show. Our lovely photographer Emily took pictures during dress rehearsal this week, so those photos will be made available to the cast and their families, so you will not be missing a moment. We are offering refreshments for donations during intermission and after the show, but food and beverages are not allowed in the auditorium. You may enjoy them in our refreshment area next to the lobby, stage left, and in the hall, stage right. And most of all, we invite you to enjoy yourselves here on our humble abode in Cherry Tree Lane. So without further ado, we present to you Mary Poppins Jr.
Beasts have run away from me for the last time. And who's off to deal with the children with no nanny in the house? Me, that too. I said my say, Miss Girl. I'm done with this house. Forever. Well, good riddance then. Mind you don't stumble on your way out.
Where is she going? What on earth am I going to say to Mr. Baines?
What is all this commotion?
She just left. She was fine on her resume. She had all of the requirements, I swear.
Well, why did she leave?
I don't know. I promise, she was perfect. Perfect. Wasn't she?
Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, all your domain. All shall remain the servant of Cherry Tree Lane. Coach? Winifred, you've been 6 nannies in the last 4 months. They've all been unqualified disasters. A nanny should govern, a nanny should rule. A nanny is a paragon who suffers no fool. Our nannies are stalwarts, our children would gain by having such a nanny in Cherry Tree Lane. Briefcase, umbrella.
If only we could find someone like your old nanny.
Few women alive can manage Miss Andrews' standards of efficiency, and besides, we can never afford someone of her caliber. Now, there's an advertisement in the Times stating that Jane and Michael Banks require the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wage.
Father, we've written our advertisement.
What on earth?
George, please. I think we should hear it.
If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, no warts.
That's the part I forget.
Play games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and very pretty.
Of all the ridiculous...
George, please.
Take us on outings, give us treats, sing songs, bring sweets. We won't
would you please let me get to work? Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, all your domain. Or serving the
The sovereign of charity.
Yes?
I've got an answer to the advertisement.
What advertisement? We have a question.
Now, let's see. Play games of all sorts, which I most certainly can. Take us on outings, give us treats. Michael, it's advertisement. Rosy cheeks, fairly pretty. There's no rich on that score, I hope.
Oh, not at all.
If you like to hear it.
But, take it up with Mrs. Banks. She manages all that side of things. Nothing domestic has anything to do with me. And don't forget the references.
That makes me more plenty of references.
Oh, I see.
I'll see the children out then.
Oh, of course. You found the very nice children. Now, this is,
Mary Poppins.
yes.
Jane, don't stare. And close your mouth, Michael. We are not codfish. Best foot forward. Spit smart.
Mrs. Bill, we've been a nanny.
She taught strange to be there?
Or I did.
A very tidy nursery, I must say. Tidy and nice, thank you. Who's responsible for this?
Mrs. Bree.
I am. Oh, it's easy. Do you indeed? Well, I look forward to making use of that. There's one thing I appreciate. It's a child who's well and can depend on. Now, first things first. So I will say the proper place to hang a hat is on a hat stand.
There's nothing in it.
Better keep an eye on this one. She's tricky.
Mary Poppins, how cute name will we want to, Nanny, when we made our list?
Your list? I got an eye to on the weekly shop, thank you very much.
But how did you come? It was since the winter's bleeding here.
It did. Now, stand over there. Just as I thought, a noisy, mischievous, troublesome little boy.
You're making that up.
Now you. Thoughtless, short-tempered, and untidy.
I don't believe you. Let me see. What about your measurement, Mary Poppins?
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say, each virtue is each trick is good, painfully so. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. It's wonderful to each one never dare to show. I'm so glad these days seem perfect in every way. Now, perhaps you have a few questions.
Not temperamental.
Never.
Grudging.
The very thought.
Will you stay tender when the going gets tough?
Quite the contrary.
Do you read stories without a big fuss?
Mm-hmm.
Or have objections to playing with us?
So my entrance will not go amiss. At all times you must remember this. I like games. I choose the games.
That's not
I
fair!
didn't say I was fair. I said I was practically perfect. It is my end. But I don't believe you. You probably know somewhere. You will have to Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. I does what I likes and I likes what I do. Today I'm a screever, and as you can see, a screever is an artist of highest degree, and it's all me own work from me own memory. Stay right where you are. Oh, I'd know that silhouette anywhere. Mary Poppins.
It's nice to see you do that.
Well, I must say, you do look swell.
He can't know you. You've only just arrived. I wasn't born exactly 1 second before I walked into your house, Mother Rex. Do you know these two girls?
I've seen them running about chasing a kite.
It isn't a real kite.
So, what are you up to?
Mary Poppins says it's a game. It's called A Walk in the Park. Some game. I'd rather eat spinach. Come on, Beth. You can't come with us. You're too dirty. Besides, we don't want to do the stinky park anyway.
Oh, yes, you do. Because when you walk to Mary Poppins, you go to a place you've never even dreamed of. All that tastes of spark. And something as plain as a puck becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look at you, then you'll understand why it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so light. Oh, really? When the day is grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright. Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the doves.
I just don't do it.
When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
Enough brass for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Come on, you two!
Boring, just like other nannies thinking. Parks are it for us. It's just statues and some brownies. I don't understand all the fuss. Is she doing it spite us? We could lose her for a leg. Perhaps it's all a plot. I'll tell you what, she seems so different, but I bet she's not. There is nothing to excite us in the park. What was that? You're quite wrong, you know. We take a walk with Mary. Anything can happen. What? Who are you? I'm Nelius, and I went half a century to take a walk on a sunny day like this. Each man with his dog will stand above to see a statue take a jump, don't jump. Oh, it's a jolly old day, Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Oh, it's a jolly old day, Mary. Mary makes the heart so light. When the day is grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sunshine bright. Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the door. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. Oh, it's a jolly old day with Mary. No wonder that 'cause Mary that we love. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Jane, did that really happen? Yes, but how? Mary Poppins, of course. But how did they make it happen?
Anything's not easy, that is.
Mary Poppins, how long will you stay?
We'll see.
You'll leave us, will you, Mary Poppins?
Jane and Michael want to say goodnight.
Tell them you've given me the message.
George, please.
Oh, Daddy, we had a fantastic day. We sang with the vodka and danced with the statue. He would have approved, but...
If you know that, then why did you do it?
Daddy, can I have a kite? A proper one?
Could you fly it?
You can always teach me.
When would I have the time to do that? Now would you please let me get on? Good night.
Poor Michael. All he ever cares about is flying kites.
I used to love flying kites at his age, but my nanny, Miss Andrew, soon frightened it out of me.
Is it out of the question to do without a nanny?
Don't be absurd. All the best people have nannies, so the wives can do charity work and entertain. Which reminds me, how's your tea party getting along?
I'm not sure. It just seems so strange to hand out invitations to people I hardly even know.
But they're people you should know. Remember, by your friends, so you be judged.
That's the point. George, they're not my friends.
Winifred, dearest, I'm only thinking of you. Are you going to say something to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well. Just make sure she does things our way and not hers.
Winds do change, clouds can turn, sink or swim, see what you learn. Me, I was told, when I was small, just learn a trade. So I learned it all, chim chimney, chim chimney. Oh, Mrs. Brooke, what about the cake?
It's just out of the oven, and too hot to be iced or touched for that matter.
Are you quite sure you can ice it?
Quite sure, and in case you're worried, I've not been exchanged by the fairies for a total liquid.
I'll just go to the drawing room.
I'd like to be helpful. I'd like to be rich, but destiny thought otherwise.
Mother wants you in the drawing room. She says you can tell Roberts and I what to do.
Does she indeed? Please, Mrs. Brill, I don't mind honest. All right, I'll give you one task and one task only. Put the icing tools next to the cake. Do you think you can manage that? Is that all? For you, yes. For me, no. I swear, a slave in ancient Rome was on a pleasure cruise compared to my life in this house.
Michael, why don't we make the icing? Because we don't know how. Don't be so feeble. Get the eggs in the flour. Are the eggs in icing? They're on mine. Roberts and I bring me the cake.
Mrs. Brill, you can go and get ready now.
Oh, what have you done? Oh, dear. Roberts and is he all right? Should I call a doctor?
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary, ma'am.
Children, do you know how important my part is? It deserves the very nasty medicine just to wait till bedtime.
Oh, I don't think we should wait till then, ma'am. Why don't you go upstairs and get changed? Look right now, aren't we? But we're not ill. I won't take it and you can't wait.
In that, as on so many things, your information is faulty. Okay.
But it's strawberry ice. I'm not sure I like strawberry ice.
I'm not sure I can. Open.
Long cordial.
Now, I suppose we should do something about this. Michael, I know you like to keep things neat. Jane told you she was tricky.
Must we? Can't Roberts and I do it when he wakes up? He's a servant.
With that mindset, you'll go through a lot of people before you're very, very old. Besides, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You'll find fun in the snow. The job's a game, and every task you undertake requires you something. A love for speed, it's painful to see. Let's a spoonful of shrubs that medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down, just a spoonful.
only they came this morning, and Robertson and I forgot to give them to you. Their apologies, ma'am, from your guests. They're not coming, none of them.
Oh, do you think we chose the wrong day?
No, ma'am, I think you chose the wrong people.
In mercy lies the way.
Where are we going today? I thought we were going to this game. What game? Poppins the bank. That's not a game. It's a daddy game. If you think you must put the idea into his head somehow.
What's an impertinent thing to say? Me, putting ideas into people's heads. Really?
Good morning. Thanks a lot. I see Herman Hustler is coming in again today. Have you made your decision?
I believe so.
Good, good. Be sure it's the right one.
Airbanks, what objections can you have? My security is more than accurate, and Latin America is an expanding market. Have you no courage?
But Mr. Hustler, what I can't quite understand is, what exactly is your final product?
What do you think? Money, of course.
Yes, money. But I wonder, making money out of money, is that enough?
Are you man enough to be a banker?
Have you come to your decision, Mr. Banks? There's a town of good people whose future depends on you.
I know that.
Give us this chance. The factory could be running in weeks and expanding before the year's out. Please, Mr. Banks, I give it everything I've got.
I believe you, Mr. Northbrook, and I've tried to find a way. But how can I be sure the money would be safe?
What about my workforce? They'll make it safe. My men have dreams. To earn an honest living, a wife and kids, a home to call their own. If you'd invest in us today, it paves the way. I promise we'd repay the loan.
I'm sorry, Mr. Northbrook, but I...
Hey!
What are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy?
No, we're done. And no man should be too busy for his own children. What are you doing here, young man? Have you come for some money as well?
Hardly. What do they need it for?
It's never too early to learn its value. I know the value of this. 6 pence. No, that's its worth. Its value is how you spend it. Do good and you may have good luck.
Now what you say is Mr. Northbrook?
Thank you. I'll wait outside.
When I was a boy, I never would have dared interrupt my father.
Whatever, little boy.
Of course. And my nanny, Miss Andrew, kept me out of my father's way.
What about your mother?
I should hardly think I saw either one of them more than once a week.
Then you missed a good night, Miss Andrew.
Of course not. There's no time for hugs and kisses and all that soppy nonsense.
Daddy, when you invest in the bank's money, what are you looking for? A good man or a good idea?
I suppose I should say a good idea. A good man is much rarer and much more valuable.
Hello, children.
Listen, I've considered your arguments, but I'm afraid my answer is no.
So you don't recognize a good idea?
Perhaps not, but I know a good man when I see one.
You will regret this, Sarah Banks!
A man with dreams that life hasn't broken. A man with hopes, ambitions to fulfill. A man you're certain of his plans is as a chance. Now, Mr. Northbrook, when exactly can the new factory open?
Thank you, sir. You will regret this. There's that horrible old lady. Don't point. And for your information, she's not the least horrible.
But she's just a bundle of rags.
Will you learn to look past what you see?
Come by my bags full of crumbs. Come feed the little birds, show them glad, and you'll be glad if you do. Little boys are, the nests are so bad, all it takes is tuppence from you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
Feed the birds, that's what she cries, while overhead the birds fill the skies.
All around the cathedral, the saints and apostles look down as she says her ways. Although you can't see them, you know they are smiling. Each time someone shows that he cares.
Words are simple and few. Listen, listen, she's calling to you.
Feed the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
Hello, Matt. Hello, Mary. Hello, kids.
Hello.
We're off to Miss Corey's talking shop. Care to join us?
Talking shop? Who's Mrs. Corey?
Who's Miss Corey? Well, Miss Corey's older than anyone in the world. She talked to William before he went conquering, to Vlad before he went up head on, and to Alexander before he weren't so great.
But that's impossible.
Anything can happen from their feet.
Well, 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 if it isn't Mary Poppins with Jane and Michael Banks. She knows us. And how is poor little Georgie? Who? Georgie Banks, your father. He used to give his nanny the slip and come to my shop here in secret. I remember George used to love my gingerbread stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I just want an answer to conversations.
I'm out of conversations, and I'm right out of words, too. Oh, I do have some letters.
Now, put some more words into me.
Rattleflax.
That'd be tough for us.
Those don't count. You made them up. And where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, we can always use the same letters more than once. Now, let me see. Super, carry, fragile, istic, XP, Abby, douches.
That's not a word.
Of course it's a word, and unless I'm very much mistaken, it's a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversation key. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you're always so precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. chatting, simply grunting would suffice. Though if they had just planted more, it once or twice. I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss because those Latin scholars never had a one like this.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say something, the effect can be atrocious. Take your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis.
Yuck!
You can say backwards, which is Nicolai Pessodas Nicholas.
She may be toothy, but she's bloody good.
So when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just sum up this word and then you've got a lot to say. Pick out those 18 consonants and 16 vowels as well, and put them in an order which is very hard to spell. Here we go!
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always go precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
George, come on, is everything alright?
No, everything's all wrong. After a refusal and the money to some chap, he went to attack competitors. They gave him the money, and our feelings to be set in a gold mine.
Well, they can't expect you to get it right every time.
It's exactly what they expect.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud
It's
enough,
more than loud enough that you go to your room. Mary Poppins, we're here to teach your children manners, and just look at the state of them.
George! You're tired. Mary Poppins, maybe we could keep the children occupied in the nursery tonight.
that's not fair. Daddy loses temper. What should have been the nursery? Daddy's mean and rotten and I hate him.
Jane! I will not let you speak to your father like that. Mary Poppins, the nursery, please. George! George, if you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Oh, don't worry, you will. I've been suspended without salary until I can figure out what to do with me.
Twists and turns, ups and downs. One moment smiles, next moment frowns. With bad-tempered faces, I better change quick. 'Cause if the wind changes, the face might just stick. Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree chim chiroo.
Why does Daddy get so cross?
Fathers are supposed to look after their children, not yell at them all the time.
Maybe, but have you asked yourself who looks after the fathers when things go wrong?
The mothers, I suppose.
Not the children.
Wouldn't that be rather upside down?
Sometimes families are upside down, for a while anyway.
I don't want to be an upset family. I wish I could run away.
Why don't you?
But you miss me.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
Alright, that's enough for you two. Now, into bed. At once.
Oh, Mary Poppins, I wish you'd just leave us alone.
You should be careful of the things you wish for.
Did you ever stop?
You should govern your temper, or your temper will govern you.
I'm sick and tired of your stupid sayings and your stupid games.
Just get into bed.
Fine, but I won't go to sleep when you can't leave me.
In that, as in so many things,
Your information.
is faulty.
Up where the smoke is all billowed and curled, between pavement and stars, the chimney sweeps well. Well, it's hardly no day, nor hardly no night. This thing's off in shadow and halfway in light. On the rooftops of London. What a sight!
Tonight, are we, Brad?
Best view in the world, eh? Chim chimney, chim chiree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chiree.
Good luck will rub off when he shakes hands with you.
Or blow me a kiss.
Right!
And that's lucky too. Oh, you're going then?
The wind has changed.
But they're good kids,
Would I
Mary.
be bothering with them if they weren't? But I can't help them if they won't let me.
So?
So they got to do the next bit on their own. Cheerio, Brett. Keep an eye on them for me.
Where's Mary Poppins?
She's gone.
Gone?
Mrs. Pruitt, what does au revoir mean?
It's French. It means till we meet again. Now come inside before you catch your death.
Nowhere is there Caribbean crew than them what sing chim chim chiree chim chiroo. Chim chimney chim chim chiree chim chiroo. The wind may blow, but who's to know exactly what it's bringing? Good news or bad, happy or sad, the pendulum keeps swinging. The gentle breeze that moves the trees becomes a nicely blithe. The wolf is gone, they struggle on, and now 6 weeks have passed.
We'll now have a brief 15 minutes.
Is the rest tidy? Ma'am, seeing as how for the past 6 weeks I've had all the work to do looking after the children, and now I've got all the work to do getting the house ready to welcome her back.
Only knew how hard it was to track her down.
Really, ma'am? Fancy that.
Mrs. Brill, it is her, isn't it?
Well, I don't know who else.
The note says till we meet again.
George, Sue, you're going to be surprised.
Very well, I hate surprises.
Oh, I do think you're going to be proud of me. Come on, everyone. I want you to find everything spick and span. Our sense of excitement is hard to contain.
did George go?
I'm afraid he had an urgent appointment.
Not much of a house, is it?
We like it.
Well, then it doesn't take a lot to keep you happy. Look at the dust. There and there, Bill.
Now just a minute.
Ah, you must be the children. Pity, I don't suppose you know who I am.
Yes, we do. You're the Holy Terror.
And you, boy, why aren't you wearing these stockings?
I don't like stockings.
Tut, what manners. I can see there's not a minute to lose. These children have been spoiled. I've arrived here just in time. By chance I brought the punishment that best befits the crime. Brimstone and treacle, coral and soap, these are the tools of my trade. Spoonfuls of sugar don't have a hope of seeing that changes are made. Open!
Does it taste as good as it smells?
Worse. Open! Your son will go to boarding school at once. What? As for the girl, I shall take charge of myself. I won't stand for whining or whinging or whimpering, crying or lying or sobbing or simpering. I feel it's clear that it leads to such bad habits. But the right tend to throttle them. I broke the bottle. Brimstone and treacle. Now show me to my room.
I'm disappointed. I really am. I thought I was going to be hurting the umbrella.
What are we going to do? The only thing we can do. Run away.
What's the matter? What's after you? The nastiest nanny in the world.
She really as bad as all that?
She looks like something out of Edith Young. Miss Andrew is Daddy's nanny, which explains a lot. Poor Daddy. Ever since he stopped working, he just sits and mopes. Mary Poppins used to say he needed our help, but now it's too late.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that. I tell you what, why don't we start things off with a bit of a shake for good luck?
Why did she have to you bring us luck?
Did anyone ever tell you it's lucky to shake a chimney sweep's hair?
Michael, look, it's a real one. What's the matter? You've always wanted to fly a proper kite. I've always wanted to fly one with you.
Of course, yeah. But you need to have it done. Get some training in, and you're making the proudest father in the whole blooming empire. With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the corner of your bed, and front with your feet folded tight to the string of your kite.
life's a tragedy.
Now, let's go home. And don't dawdle.
But we can't. She's there. She gave us warning as a surprise for Daddy.
Did she? Well, suppose I have a surprise for her. No, right.
Welcome, Mary. You're a sight for sore eyes.
You really are. Welcome back, Mary Poppins.
Come on, children.
Aren't you going to shake hands with Bert for good luck?
I don't mean you luck, thank you.
Not like that, you stupid boy. You stayed there and cleaned the grate. Again. So you decided to come crawling back, have you? Who are you?
I'm Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins. But you left without
And I
notice.
come back without notice.
I see. And what do you expect me to do?
Heck,
Hark, you insolent young person. How dare you speak to me this way? Brimstone intrigue, my favorite liquor. That will make runaways stop. Impudent children respond so much quicker when forced to drink every last drop. I wrote up their father. A shining example, a pillar. I recognize fully that you are a bully who views cruelty. Well, now is the catch because you think you're mad. Brimstone entry, close for you. Brimstone entry, close for you. Brimstone entry, close.
there, let's give her a taste of her own medicine.
Mary Poppins, where did you come from?
Michael.
Michael? Jane, you were so naughty to go running off like that. I should be as mad as ever. I was so pleased to see you. Wait, where's Miss Andrew?
Gone.
Gone?
Why? Didn't give a reason, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. We found this one in his heart. Good night, ma'am.
George? Where is she? Miss Andrew? Oh, she's gone, George. Mary Poppins is back.
She is, well, wonder if I might speak to her? Things haven't been going well for us since you left.
About my wages, sir. I shan't take any just now. I shall try to let them accrue.
If only you knew how much payment your crew
Now,
is.
I must get to work. Jane, Michael, step forward.
So right, Dave. You make one wrong mistake. That's the worst that can happen.
Winifred, if I'm dismissed by bank, we'll be destitute.
Still have what really matters. Children. And each other.
What's inside?
We shall know the tongues and not the whole.
Let's wait and see. I'm counting pennies are hard to find. You think you're weak, unspeakably kind. You're practically perfect, and yet I'm sure the soul's improvement as you get older.
more like it. Troubles are never so big when you look at them from a little higher up.
Brush away your dirt and soot. Brush away your tears. Cobwebs that are swept away hang around for years. We may look a motley crew, smudged, tar, and dry. But when you need a helping hand, try stepping just in time. Over the rooftop, step in time. Over the rooftop, step in time. Never miss a chance to get it right. Don't cry, don't push it. When the steps are going as smooth as they might. Make your elbow step in time. Make your elbow step in time. Every reason that you have. Make your elbow step in time. Make your elbow step in time. Make your elbow step in time. Every reason that you have. Oh, step in time. Step in time. Every reason that you have. Every reason that you have.
There's always plenty of folk ready to help you should you need them. Back to the nursery?
Back to the nursery.
Back to the nursery, step in time.
Back to the nursery, step in time. No need to reason, no need to run. Back to the nursery, step in time.
What is all this?
Back to the delivery, step in time. Back to the delivery, step in time. No need to reason, no need to run. Back to the delivery, step in time. Time to get out. Good luck, Edna. Today, not so fast.
Back to the nursery. You too, Jane. Mary Poppins, would you mind explaining all of this?
First of all, I would like to make one thing quite clear.
Yes?
I never explained anything. Come on, children.
It's official. The chairman wants to see me at the close of business tonight.
Tonight.
We might as well accept it. Just a few hours, we'll join the ranks of the unemployed.
Are you quite sure?
Quite sure. So we better make some plans. Why, never. So that's where I left it.
What is it?
Jitterbug star I heard from my nanny once when I was a boy. I used to dream that when I grew up I'd know everything there was to know about the stars. I forgot about it in years. I'm not usually a sentimental person.
It's good to look back sometimes.
It's that Poppins woman. She's responsible for all of this.
Poppins.
I know the person. What's that thing she's always saying? A spoonful of sugar, that is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cakes. A spoonful of sugar goes a long, long way. So rub yourself in every open every day. Well, good luck, Governor.
Thank you, Bert. Good luck to you, too.
Do you remember when we came to the bank?
Yes?
Well, we were each given 6 pence and told to spend it carefully.
Excellent advice. What did you spend it on?
Nothing yet, but we decided to give them to you.
I suppose Mary Poppins picked up to this?
She hasn't said a word about it. We figured a little bit of extra cash likely some things up it.
he loves you very much, and that's far more important than jobs or houses or anything else.
Are you going to the bank to see him?
Well, I'd like to. I'm afraid that just isn't possible.
Miracles, anything is possible.
Do you really believe that?
Sometimes things are difficult, but you can get it. Doesn't have to be so. Changes can be made. You can move a mountain if you use a larger spade.
Anything can happen, it's a marvel.
You can be a butterfly or just a marvel. Stretch your mind beyond fantastic. Dreams are made of
Strong elastic.
take some advice and don't forget it. Anything can happen if you let it. If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars. But we found a hole in your spring. If you reach for the heavens, you get the stars. Rolling.
Banks, you turned down a scheme. Well, that's bound to take millions, and we don't want to know why.
Then I'll tell you what. I refused Mr. Von Huster because the scheme was hollow. He told me plenty about assets and profits and growth, but it wasn't a word about people. I apologize for owning the bank, but I will not apologize for understanding that there are more important things in life than making money.
My dear chap, Von Hustler's scheme has ruined our rival in the nastiest scandal since records began. We don't want your apologies. We're offering ours.
My word.
And another thing. Do you remember giving a loan to a fellow called Northbrook? Well, he's repaying it and opening 2 new factories at percentage you negotiated. We will set to make a fortune.
Oh, my word.
Well, that's just it. We very much hope that you might be able to tell us how you did it. Just a word. It'll be quite safe with us.
Give me the word. Give me the word. I'll give you the word, all right? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though I said the word is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always have to cautious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Forgive him, it's not his fault. It's all because of his old nanny, Mrs. Andrew.
The Holy Terror? She's telling me everything I know.
And now you tend to forget it.
It's all right, darling. I'm at the bank of fortune.
Really?
By way of recompense, we'd like to offer you a job. Senior manager. With a salary at double.
Exactly how much has he made for you?
Triple? Quadruple your present rate.
Close your mouth, Jordan. We're not codfish.
Well,
I accept, but you must understand one thing. From now on, my family comes first.
agreed?
Winifred, I'm afraid I've underestimated you.
Oh, George. Anything can happen, it's official. You can choose the super or the superficial. Sadly, for the way we're steering, obstacles start disappearing. Go on, chase your dreams, you won't regret it. Anything can happen if you let it.
A fine boy, my bank said one day you will be a fine man.
Oh, Mary Poppins, makes me so anxious when you talk like that.
Like what?
Like
gentle and kind. Not a bit like you.
Is that the thanks I get for all the trouble I've taken?
That's better.
Alright, both of you, into bed. It's tonight, isn't it? Yes, Baz. Well, goodbye then, Mary. Goodbye, Baz. There. Practically perfect, and I hope they remain so.
Look, it's Mary Poppins' locket.
Oh, the chain's broken. Don't you remember?
I'll stay until the chain breaks.
What's inside? It's a portrait of the three of us. She signed it. From Mary Poppins with a good deal of love.
Where's Mary Poppins?
She's gone.
Gone?
Shut it back. Now, take a look at this.
It's the best I've ever seen.
Can we fly it together?
I did!
Mary Poppins won't be coming back. She's gone forever.
My dear, how could you possibly say such a thing?
Because we don't need her. Not anymore. And other families will. Won't they, Daddy?
They will.
I think we could do without Nanny from now on. What do you think?
I think you better dance with me.
George, this is serious.
Look! It's a shooting star. You should wish on it.
I think we can do better than that.
If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars. But we find a whole new space.
If you reach for the heavens, you get the stars from here.
announcing. Oh, they're ready. We have a little tradition here at JMS Theater, this being our third year of shows, where at the last show, we invite some cast members to come out to thank our directors. So you guys heard from me in the first show, the second show, we had our original directors who came back from college. So today we have 4 very special members of our cast who just absolutely love these directors that we have right here. So I'm going to turn it over to them. So, hello Bert.
Good evening. My name is Dean Eller, and I play into this show. We've all worked incredibly hard, and especially the directors. For example, Sophia, our music director. I met Sophia when we played Orphan 2 years ago, right? And for this show, Sophia spent a lot, and I mean a lot, of time with the cast and helped us all learn the songs. She played an incredibly important role, and I'm glad she decided to help out with the play. I'm not sure about everyone else, although I'm sure it applies to other people as well. But Sophia helped me with my confidence singing on stage. She'd always remind the cast that all that mattered when we were first learning songs was that we sang, even if it wasn't good, which definitely alleviated some of the pressure. Not only that, but Sophia didn't steer away from joking around and always made singing rehearsals fun. Whenever she'd mess up while playing piano, she'd just smash the keyboard, and I'd always have to hold back a laugh. It was also this one time where I admitted to eating an inedible object, and Sophia went along with some of my cast members and teased me about it, and they still haven't let me live it down, by the way. I've had to sing a lot in our performances, and I don't think there's anyone I'd rather have as our singing director other than Sophia. In January, we had a rehearsal where I had to learn a ton of my songs in the same rehearsal, and Sophia helped me out with that. And if we hadn't gone over them one by one, I would have been super overwhelmed, and this show probably wouldn't have happened. I think that Sophia deserves a reward for all the hard work that she's done, which is why I decided on getting her a gift she'll always remember. Which is why I decided on getting her a gift she'll always remember. I decided on getting her a gift. I decided on getting her a gift she'll always remember, which I don't know where that is. Okay, we hear skirting, so that gift should be arriving soon. In the meantime, how was the performance? Well, I'm glad to hear you liked our performance.
Play some Jeopardy music. Cue the Jeopardy music.
Here we go!
Never failed to make us laugh. Fill the room with happiness and joy, and we are all very I can still it all. First, I took over. If we have an amazing show, if you want to keep for your head and motivation to it all, the show is good.
I'm Emma King. I played Michael in this amazing production. And I wanted to say a big thank you to Megan. Thank you so much for everything. Since 6th grade, I've been looking up to you when you played Lily, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be as good as she is one day, because I was so impressed by your singing and just your personality and everything. And so when I found out that I was going to be playing Ruby, the little sidekick, last year, I was so excited. And I just had so much fun last year, whether it was whether it was just spending time at rehearsals or singing She's Love backstage or doing cartwheels in the grass and just everything. And just even sharing the stage with you was just so fun. And yeah. This year you've done such an amazing job as a director, and I've been so proud to watch you just become so amazing. I'm so sad that I can't continue the program with you next year, but I just wanted to say thank you, and you're such an amazing person and friend, and I wanted to say thank you. So Sienna's going to bring out this binder for you, and it's filled with photos of the cast throughout the years, and yeah.
It works! All right, you guys can go off. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Sienna. All right, we have one more to go here for our choreographer, so come on out.
Hello, my name is Kylie Seitz, and I played Nelius in our musical Mary Poppins Junior tonight. I would like to thank Riley McDonough, our dance director, for everything she has done for the cast and I. Riley has helped me gain my confidence, has helped me become a better dancer than I ever thought I could be, and helped me be more assertive on stage and not be so shy. Riley is so kind and super funny. I love how she can enter a room and only say hello and can get everyone's attention. I feel like I can talk to her about anything. She is such a great role model. Riley has made this theater experience very exciting and fun for me. She has always encouraged me to be the best of my ability and keeps trying even if I don't get it right the first time. Whenever I would forget or do the wrong step, she'd be the first one helping me. I would and could never forget how Riley and I both cheered up a cast member who needed it before the second dress rehearsal. After every rehearsal, I walked out of the auditorium with a big heart and a big smile on my face. There was a dress rehearsal early in the year, and we had a break. I'm not sure how the conversation started, but we ended up talking about movies. Riley asked the dance ensemble what movies they did or didn't watch. It was a huge, funny conversation. Riley told the dance ensemble to go home and watch the Newsies, and now that movie is one of my favorite movies. She always made us feel important and acknowledged. Riley, thank you for unconditionally supporting and just being there for me. You're almost like another big sister to me. All the dance ensemble loves you and admires you. I can speak for the dance ensemble that you've created lifelong friendships, and I deeply thank you for it. Riley is such an inspiration to me. I can't explain in words on how much Riley has done for everyone. I will always reach out to you whenever I need a Riley pep talk.
And Kylie, you've got a couple other gifts, right?
Before we finish it up here today, we do have somebody else that we'd like to acknowledge, without whom this process would have been impossible. Mr. Harnan has been there for all of the ups and downs, and without him, this program quite literally wouldn't exist. And we are all very grateful for all of the hard work and dedication he's put into this program and helping us when we did not feel like we could do it. So we got you this signed poster from everyone. So if you
Thank you, I appreciate that. I really want to thank those 4 students who just came out here after 3 shows to have the courage to come out here and say those very kind words. I couldn't have said it any better than myself. The work that we put in over the last few months, it really has just been really an amazing experience. And to see how much these students here, 4 freshmen and a 7th grader, lead this production in their first year. You guys did an amazing job. I couldn't be more proud of you. From the moment they picked this show, literally about a week or 2 after The Little Mermaid, last June, they've done everything they could to bring this show to life. And to bring this cast to life. So, there is actually one more gift that we're going to do. I didn't forget you. How could I forget you, Sophia? You're so tall. Sophia has some gifts here for the directors that you can pass out.
Yes. No, I don't need that.
4 cartoon character descriptions of our directors. all about. We really built a community here of everyone who supports each other, cares about each other. We do this together, whether it be our directors, our cast, our amazing crew. And I really want to thank some members of our crew. You know, a lot of these kids, especially some of our 8th graders, it's a little bittersweet, this being, you know, their last show. But it doesn't mean you have to leave JMS Theater. We had so many kids from our previous cast and our crew who are in high school now come back to help out behind the scenes. So, you know, here at JMS Theater, you're always family here, and just because you move on to another chapter of your life, you're always welcome, and you always have a home here at the Joyce Middle School. So thank you to everyone who helped put on this production. So, cast and crew, we're going to go down to the cafeteria. Please be patient with us. We just have a little bit of a moment as a JMS Theater family. And then, sure enough, guys, you guys go see your family, your friends, and your fans out there in the audience. So give us about 15 minutes, and they'll be out there in their costumes, ready to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming, especially when it was unexpected. We'll see you next year.